Good evening to all. Thank you so much for joining us on our call tonight. This is a weekly call that we do called Meant for More. And I'm Gretchen Comstock, for those of you that I have not met. I'm a national marketing director with the Juice Plus company and have been a happy customer and a happy representative for 16 years, June 7th. So pretty excited to have that anniversary. I live in Essex, Connecticut with my husband, Woody. He is also a national marketing director with the Juice Plus company. And I'm really happy to be able to host this call tonight for all of you and for those that you want to share it with as it's being recorded. I'm joined tonight with three forward-thinking teachers, past and present teachers, former teachers, and women who are teaching today. And I have the great privilege of being partners with them in our Juice Plus business. First, we're going to do an overview of all the Juice Plus products. We're each going to take a product, and we will do that. And then I'm going to allow each of them I'm going to ask each of them a question about their experience as a Juice Plus representative and why they have aligned themselves with this wonderful company and our mission of inspiring healthy living around the world. So let's start here with Pammy Shepley. And when you guys get on, maybe you could just say a little bit about your name and where you're from. And we'll start with you, Pam.
Okay, thank you, Gretchen. I am Pammy Shepley. I'm from Dedham, Massachusetts, and I'm Gretchen's sister. And I'm going to share with you our foundational product, the Juice Plus capsules, which are right here in my hand. And Juice Plus is based, I'm trying to make it so you can see the labels. Okay, Juice Plus is, this foundational product is basically as simple as fruits, vegetables, and berries in capsule form, and it also comes in a chewable form. And what Juice Plus is, what distinguishes it from anything else on the market, is that although you might think it was a vitamin because it comes in a jar and it comes in a capsule, it's actually food. And it has a nutrition facts label on the back, not a supplement label. And it is actually grown in farms all over the United States, where it is then carefully washed, then juiced, pressed, dried, and put into capsules and a chewable form. These are absolutely delicious, wonderful for children. These are fabulous. They just go down really easily. And Juice Plus is food, but the other thing that distinguishes it is that it's incredibly safe and clean. It is batch tested, not only by our company to make sure that it is free of any contaminants, but it is also third-party tested by an organization called NSF, National Sanitation Foundation, and each jar has their seal of approval on it, and telling you that what is in here is actually, what's on the label is actually in here, and that there's nothing in here that isn't on the label. So that's total and complete reassurance, and you don't get that from anything on the shelf in Whole Foods or any other store where you would buy something. And the NSF seal of approval is really what you want to have on anything that you take that's in any kind of a jar or capsule. So it is safe, it is clean. I often say that Juice Plus is the cleanest food in my kitchen. And then the third thing that distinguishes Juice Plus is that it's backed by research, third-party research done by, Gretchen, you should mute yourself because now we're seeing you and not me. So it's third-party research done by some of the top university hospitals in the world. And we have over 30, almost 40 clinical studies done on human beings showing that Juice Plus gets into the body, which is really important because you don't pass it through and not get any benefit. It actually gets absorbed. And then we looked at what does it do when it gets in the body. And it does everything that fruits and vegetables do for us, which is protect our immune system, help reduce oxidative stress and inflammation in your body, protect our heart, our brain, and helps us in so many ways. And if you're interested in the research, we can get it to you. And then the fourth distinction is that it's recommended by doctors, but we also have a board of doctors that sit on a panel for our Healthy Starts program. And this is what really appealed to me as both a teacher and a mom, that Juice Plus is free with our Healthy Starts program, free for children between the ages of 4 up through college with a sponsoring adult. So for us as a family, 16 years ago, this made total sense to us because my husband and I could take Juice Plus and each sponsor a daughter, and they were young teens at that time. We got on board and it completely changed the picture of our health, putting an end to years of antibiotics, over-the-counter meds, and keeping my husband off statins. Both he and my daughter's allergies went away. And the last thing that we saw, not last, but the final thing that really got my attention was that my youngest daughter weaned herself off of her ADHD meds completely. So you can imagine, as a teacher, I began to share Juice Plus. I think for now, Gretch, that's all you're looking for. We're going to go on to the next speaker.
Yeah, thanks, Pammy. Okay, and I'm going to call on Courtney now, and Courtney is going to talk about our Complete.
Great. My name is Courtney Hunley, and I live in Washington, D.C. with my husband and our 2 teenagers. The Complete comes in, we have big bags of Complete, but these are the single serving size Complete, the chocolate and the vanilla, and I'll also talk a little bit about our bars. So if you think of our bodies like a car, the micronutrients that Pammy just talked about, the fruits and vegetables are the micronutrients, and kind of the oil for our car, but we also need gasoline for our engines, and that's the macronutrients. And that's where the Complete shake comes in. It's the proteins and the carbs, the fats and the fibers. And what's amazing about our Juice Plus Complete shake is that it's low glycemic, so it stabilizes our blood sugar. If you are a late night snacker or a sweet craver, making a shake in the late afternoon or early evening can really be great for stabilizing our blood sugar so we don't have those highs and those lows when we're craving. The Complete shake has 13 grams of plant protein, as well as broccoli, radish sprouts, pumpkin, pomegranate, and spirulina. It has 8 grams of pure plant fiber per serving. The soy in our Complete shake is water washed, which is actually the cleanest way to get soy, as opposed to machine washed, where it strips away most of the nutrients. The oligosaccharides of the Complete serve as a prebiotic that helps us to digest more healthfully. And if you think of it as a fertilizer for good gut bacteria. So the Complete comes in chocolate and French vanilla. And in our family, we've really, similar to Pam, we started our children on the Healthy Family Starts program, a son who had pretty debilitating migraine headaches for years and really was having trouble gaining weight. So we started to make him a shake or 2 a day. And we really started to see some changes over time by incorporating the shakes and also the capsules into his diet. My husband and I use it every day as a recovery drink after workout. And we feel really good about what we're replenishing our bodies with. We know that as we exercise, we have more oxidative stress in our bodies. And the more we exercise, the more of that stress there is. So we have to make sure that we're replenishing and refueling. And we feel really great about the fact that we're doing that with plants. It has a food label similar to our capsules. It's 100% non-GMO. It's kosher certified. It has an NSF certification. And the bars come in 2 flavors, chocolate and the tart cherry and honey, which I don't have any in my house right now. But these are really super to throw in a backpack or put in your purse or in a desk at an office. And they really are just easy. They taste great. A lot of the bars really don't have much flavor. I think these are particularly good, and I love to pack them for snacks for my kids. So that's a little bit of an overview. I'm just going to give you, the other thing we provide is a recipe book of amazing Complete shakes. And our go-to in the morning is chocolate Complete, a scoop, a banana, a handful of spinach or kale, almond milk, a teaspoon of almond butter, some flax and some chia seeds, and a couple of ice cubes. And I send everybody off to school or work with that in their hand. And I feel really good about the nutrition we're getting.
Great. Thanks, Courtney. And now we'll go to Mandy. Mandy, you can unmute. There you go.
Thank you.
And Mandy's going to talk about her favorite, the Tower Garden.
Yes. So my name's Mandy Birdsall. I'm in New Fairfield, Connecticut, so not too far from Essex, where Gretchen is. And I actually teach in Westchester County, New York, so I just commute over the border. I'm a science educator of 13 years, and I'm talking a little bit about the Tower Garden today. Later on, I'll talk a little bit more about the Tower Garden in the classroom. But in terms of what the Tower Garden is, I'm so happy to share this because I'm really passionate about sustainability and social responsibility, which is really what the Tower Garden is all about. So what the Tower Garden is an aeroponic growing machine. And if you don't know anything about aeroponics, it's basically just an advanced form of hydroponics, where instead of the root system of a plant being submerged in water, it's basically suspended in air so that it gets air circulation as well as water and nutrients onto the root system. And because of this innovative design, it really allows the plants to grow super fast, and it's able to produce a lot of food on one tower. So the Tower Garden can grow up to 28 plants on one system, and it can grow anything that's not a root vegetable. We have done a study at the University of Mississippi on the Tower Garden, and what we found is that the Tower Garden uses 95% less water and 90% less space than your traditional soil garden. And the amazing thing about the tower is that there really is no mess because there's no soil. And anybody can use the Tower Garden. You don't have to have a green thumb. And it's so compact that it can be utilized anywhere. So it really allows anybody to have access to fresh, clean produce. And it's also a great conversational piece where discussions come up about how to grow food and how to have access to clean food. And it's just a really amazing, innovative design. So I utilize it in my science classroom. But it can be used anywhere. So it's just a super amazing machine.
Thank you, Mandy. I was planting my seeds today for my tower to go outside. I've had it inside, but I love mine too.
Yes. Oh, yes, I forgot to mention that it can grow indoors and outdoors because you can get grow lights for it. So
exactly. Okay, so thanks. So our final product that I'll talk about right now is the Juice Plus Omega Blend. This is the newest product that we've had, and it's been out on the market now, I think for, 4 years now, I think. Maybe, I don't know, maybe that's longer than it was. But anyway, the omega-3s are extremely important part of a healthy diet. And we get them, in food, but often we don't get enough of them, and our bodies don't make them. And our omega-3s are usually found in that we take it from fish to make supplements. That's what the world has been doing for many years. And what I love mostly about ours, what distinguishes our omegas, is that it is without the fish. We have bypassed the fish. We cut the middle fish out, and we've gone right to the source where the fish get their omegas, and that is the microalgae. And we've made it into the algae oil, and that is where the 3s come from. And what I also love that distinguishes Juice Plus without having the fish in there is that we also have a full spectrum of other fatty acids, which are omega-5s, 6, 7s, and 9s. So you get the full spectrum with the 3 in there as well. And there have been thousands of studies showing that omegas really play a huge part in reducing inflammation in our bodies, especially helpful for our heart, our brain, our eyes, and our skin. And I know our company that has done a ton of research. We are the most researched nutritional product of its kind out there. And with our Juice Plus foundational products, the fruits, vegetables, and berries, we are going to start doing some tests, some research, clinical research on our omegas. But we all know that they do so much for us as far as in boosting eye health, improves memory, supports cardiovascular health. I said the inflammation already, supports healthy pregnancy. Women are asked to take omegas when they're pregnant. Supports healthy hair and nail growth. It lowers blood pressure, cholesterol, improves joint pain, improves mood and ADHD symptoms. It improves our skin, our gut health. It burns fat and increases immune function. So I don't know why anyone wouldn't want to add omegas, and especially omegas that that are whole food, which is the whole gist of our Juice Plus products. Everything is 100% food. So these are made without the fish, you heard, the algae oil, pomegranate seed oil, raspberry seed oil, sea buckthorn berry oil, tomato seed oil, and safflower seed oil. And they have a little bit of natural vanilla and orange. So if they do start to melt in your mouth or you happen to swallow them and burp, you don't have any of that fishy, disgusting taste. So that's one thing that I will take forever. And I always say, you know, it is the best of the best out there. So I've really loved them. And of course, again, grounded in safety, just like our other products. Okay, so now I'm just going to go back, and I think I'll start with you, Mandy. And I'm just going to ask you guys to just say a little bit about why you have joined the Juice Plus business, the company, our mission. And I'll ask you, Mandy, this, because you mentioned it a little bit, but how do you use the Tower Garden in your classroom, and how did that come to be? And what do you see yourself, going forward in your life being aligned with this company?
Thanks, Gretchen. So I found out about Juice Plus about 2 years ago, and I actually was on maternity leave with my third baby. As a teacher, I feel like all teachers are underpaid, so we're looking to make extra money. And at the time I'm still teaching group fitness classes, so that's kind of what I was doing for my side gig. And through that process, I actually was introduced to Juice Plus. And having a strong science background, because I'm a biology teacher, I immediately knew that this was an amazing product because it was food. And it completely made sense to me. And I have 3 kids. At the time, they were ages 5, 3, and 1. So any way to get more fruits and vegetables in them, I was absolutely all in. And being a fitness instructor and someone that's passionate about health, I knew for myself it would also be beneficial to take it, as well as my husband. So when I found out about the Healthy Start for Families program, where I could sponsor one of my children, my husband could sponsor the other, I was like, well, we definitely need to do this. It just made sense. Because I was on leave, we were a little bit financially strained because it was my second year of not getting paid. I was on a 2-year leave. And I said, I really think our family needs to be on this. I'm going to do everything I can to get our family on this, even though, we didn't have the money. So I took some of my group exercise check money and I put it towards the Juice Plus. And I joined the business right away because I knew I could save money on my product, and it just made sense to do that. Little did I know that it was going to become this amazing business opportunity, and I would be part of this unbelievable mission of sharing and educating and inspiring others about healthy living, which is something that I've always been passionate about. So initially I signed up to save money on my own product, and it has now evolved into my mission to share Juice Plus with others, including the Tower Garden. And I'm so lucky to be able to have a Tower Garden in my classroom. We actually have 3 in my school now because the family and consumer science teacher that I collaborate with, who teaches nutrition, saw what I was doing in my biology classroom and said, I need to have this in my classroom too. So we now collaborate, and we have 3 towers, and we're getting the whole school involved instead of just my 8th grade students. So it has been the most unbelievable experience. I'm able to watch the children plant a seed, nurture that plant, and then harvest it off the tower and actually prepare the food and consume it. And there's so many conversations around that, and it's just such an amazing educational tool. It has taken my teaching career to a whole new level. And so I love to share the Tower Garden and all the other products with other teachers, because as a side business, it's also helpful to make extra money. And now with my Juice Plus business, I'm able to have my own children participate in more activities, and that money is really helping out my family. And we can do more vacations and more things in the summer because of the extra income. So it kind of just naturally evolved for me once I got involved with what Juice Plus was about and was able to learn and listen to calls like this. But long term, my goal is really to continue to educate about Juice Plus and reach more people outside of the classroom, because I find that individuals and families, I'm able to reach out to those individuals and families beyond the classroom, not just my 8th grade students that I have every year. And I feel so lucky to be able to do that and to have this in my back pocket to offer to them. And our company's mission really is just to inspire healthy living around the world. And I feel like Juice Plus, it really does represent inspiration and education. We're all about the mission. And I feel like teachers in general, they're all about the mission. They want to grow young minds, and they want to help students go through this process of learning and self-discovery so that students can become the best version of themselves. And that's really what the mission of the Juice Plus company is helping people realize their dreams and helping them realize they're the best version of them. So it's just so nice to be part of this community and to be able to educate outside the classroom. So long term, I would love to stop teaching eventually and just do Juice Plus full time. So that's kind of what I'm working towards at this point.
Great, Mandy. Thank you so much. And wouldn't it be awesome if every child got to experience a Tower Garden, not just at home, but in school? Yeah. I
Yes.
love what the company has done with the books to, the lesson plans that go around the Tower Garden.
Yes, right. So, yeah, they do have pre-K through 11th grade curriculum that comes with the tower when a school purchases it. So it's awesome.
Fabulous. Thank you so much. Okay, Courtney, let me ask you this. Why did you decide you left the classroom this year, and you are committing now to your Juice Plus business full time, and I'd love to hear your story behind that.
Great, thanks, Mandy. That was awesome. I'm a Tower Garden enthusiast as well. I actually worked at a public school where there are 16 commercial towers, and they're making salads every week for 400 kids. So the possibilities with towers and growing are really exciting. I've been an elementary school teacher for almost 25 years, and I've taught really grades pre-K through 6, and I've loved teaching for as long as I can remember. But when I think about when I actually had switched from a public school to a private school a year ago, and my disciplines have changed across the last 6 years, I've become really interested in self-care and wellness for teachers and for students. And I've been teaching mindfulness. And I've become more aware of the stress in schools, the stress in kids, the anxiety in families. And it's been my real desire to try to support people there and support kids in the classroom around that. The challenge with teaching is that with over 2 decades of experience, my experience was not commensurate with my pay. I worked for a public school system, and in 6.5 years, my pay went up $2 an hour. So $2 an hour, it went up in 6.5 years. And so that's pretty frustrating with a master's degree and a lot of experience with a lot of work with different families. So I had a decision to make, or at least I felt like I was ready to make a decision. And I had a contract to go back to the school where I was for a year. And in June, I said, thank you, but I'm going to go out on my own and pursue this health business and continue to teach some mindfulness classes and work with groups of women. And it was exhilarating and terrifying all in the same breath, but exciting because I feel like I have found a group of people that are so passionate and so excited about health and about helping people to live well. And it's hard for me to imagine that I didn't know many of these people before a couple of years ago. And we also have a company that is really committed to helping us grow professionally. And I feel like I was looking to grow professionally and personally. And I've done a lot of that on my own, in my own life and across my life. But I feel like the Juice Plus company has helped us to do that. I participated in a Brave Leaders course with who Brene Brown created, author, scientist, researcher. And I've worked with a cohort of women across the last 10 months. So the professional development and the personal development was also a reason that I decided to leave the classroom. I wanted to grow in different ways, and I'm absolutely doing that. One of the things I noticed in the classroom across my time is that kids are less able to attend. They're more stressed, as I mentioned. They're more anxious. I think their families are more anxious, and there's just more stuff going on. I myself live with generalized anxiety. I have anxiety myself. I also have a 17-year-old son who has had anxiety, and it's something we've really worked on as a family and have really looked at holistic tools to help work through some of that. But what I know about kids today is they're not as healthy as they should be and as they need to be. And I really feel like we have in our hands with Juice Plus, the capsules, the shakes, the Tower Garden, the bars, a very small product line. We have a vehicle to really improve the health of so many people. And I really felt as though I wanted to make a larger impact than just the kids I was working with in the classroom. And again, I just think we have an amazing group of people, a company that has 50 years behind it and more published research than any other company. And for me, that makes me feel like I can go out with confidence and share the product, but also ask people to join me because we need more boots on the ground, and we need more powerful voices to share our stories about health and about the fact that we've gotten well and that our families are feeling well, and just to continue to spread the word.
Thank you, Courtney. And I love your story of a new life, a change in your life, because we don't have to be stuck, right? Doing that one thing that we've done for a long time. So thank you for that.
Thanks.
Okay. And Pammy, now I'll go to you. And I was part of your beginning, so I know this, but I loved watching you because you had a full-time job as a teacher. You had young children, and you found time somehow, some way of building a business with Juice Plus that has created a totally different life for you than you had as a teacher, with some major benefits that go with it. So maybe you could just speak on how you did that.
So where there's a will, there's a way. And I have a strong will. And like Courtney, I also love teaching. And it wasn't that I, wanted to get out of teaching. It was that I didn't feel that I was paid what I was worth. And I also felt that I was stretched very thin. As you and I have both said, Gretchen, as a teacher, you feel as if you give your all to your classroom, and then you come home and you have very little left for the people that you love the most. And that was where I was at this 16 years ago in my life. And I remember when I saw you doing this, and I thought, I want to do that too. I want to have what she's having. She's on to something, because you would come back so excited from conferences, and you were getting educated about all this, and it was opening your eyes to a whole world of wellness and financial freedom. And I wanted what you had. So again, where there's a will, there's a way. This business, back then, we used to call it part-time magic. It's really designed to be woven into one's life, and can be, because it's not about doing a separate job. Juice Plus is a lifestyle. So wherever you are and wherever there's people, there is an opportunity to share this and to open the door to a possible someone being interested in the product or being interested in being part of this mission that we're on and doing the good work that we do. And honestly, I just watched you, and it's very much monkey see, monkey do, which I also love because I didn't have to create anything. It was all there, and it still is, and it's gotten even more, down to this now. You can do this business on your phone and take it as you go. And I really couldn't fit one more pea on my plate because I was teaching full time. I had 2 daughters. I love to exercise. I cared about cooking good meals. And so there isn't a whole lot left in the day, but honestly, every opportunity I would share what I knew to be true. And as I looked around in my world, it was full of people that could benefit from Juice Plus and could benefit from our business. And I also had credit card debt. I don't know if anybody else has that, but I had some credit card debt. And my initial goal was to make about $500 a month and pay down my credit card debt. And that came pretty quickly. I made $500 a month in my second month, I think, by my second month. And I thought, well, I can do that. I could probably double that. So I doubled it and tripled it. And what happened was in 3 years, I was able to replace my teaching income, working this part-time. And for the first time in my life, I had no debt and time freedom. First time in my adult life, no debt and time freedom. So I went out into the world, what I say is still educating, but not confined to a classroom, and continued to share this with my heart and my soul, built a beautiful team of other like-minded people who wanted to come along. And I was able to retire my husband 2 years ago at the age of 60. And now the only way I can describe our lives is that first and foremost, we have our health, and, knock on wood and say a prayer that we keep that, because as we all know, that's the most important thing. When you have your health, anything is possible. When you don't, nothing else matters. So my greatest hope is that we keep our health. But besides that, we now have freedom. And I've heard that word thrown around, what freedom means, but what it means to me is that I get to get up every day and choose where I want to go, who I want to be with, where I want to put my time, who I want to spend my time with, how I want to give of myself to others and serve. And honestly, I'm what I call unemployable now, because if somebody tried to tie me down and tell me I had to be at a job at a certain time, I just couldn't do it. And just to wrap this up with a bow, both of my daughters have joined our team. So we truly have a family business, and one doing it very full-time, the other one doing this on the side with whatever else she does. So that's the beauty of this. You can do a little or a lot, and whatever you do is perfect for you and for all of us. It's we just, as Courtney said, need more voices, and no one will ever pressure you and make you feel like it's a have to. There really is a credible range of how people can do this. I chose to go all the way and continue to, because I couldn't stop. I really couldn't stop. The whole thing fascinated me, with that you could make this big an impact and change so many lives. And I'll just say that now I started in the classroom impacting 17 children every year. And that felt really good to make a difference in 17 lives. But now as a team, we are impacting over 10,000 lives for the better every single month. And I will say, I now earn I can earn in 2 months now what I used to make in a year as a teacher. And although this isn't all about money, it is pretty nice to be able to have not worry about finances anymore, and to feel that I really am now paid what I'm worth. And just thank all of you for coming along and being with us. Encourage those of you who are listening tonight to really think about, could this be for you or someone that you know, and get with the person who invited you and find out more, and just ask all the questions you want. We have a lot of fun. We're doing good work, and we're wonderful people, as you can tell from hearing Mandy and Courtney and Gretchen. So I'll hand it back to you, Gretchen.
Thank you, Pammy. I love these stories. They're happy stories. They're, full of health and hope and all the good things that we've learned from our experience with Juice Plus. And I think of this business now as it's Teachers Without Borders, because everybody that gets involved really is a teacher, a coach, a cheerleader, helping others get control of their lives, whether it be in their health, in their health, and in also their financial security. And what started for us is a plan B. I was looking for more income to help pay for college tuitions. But what came from that was something I never even imagined, a plan A, because my husband's job, he was the sole provider, and what we thought was going to be our retirement didn't pan out that way. So thank goodness I was forward thinking enough and open-minded enough to know that this really was the true and real thing for us. And I have never looked back for a second. And I've always loved being part of something bigger than myself, something that is team oriented, which is what teachers love too. I think that's why I was always bound to the classroom. So thank you again for everything that everyone that's on this call or have done to get people to listen. And we are here to help anybody that wants to learn more about it, about our products, and about how we share with others to make positive impacts around the world like no other. As I always say, we're doing very noble work that, we are changing the future for the next generations for the better. So thanks everybody so much for this, and have a great evening.